Hey everybody, meteorologist Gannon here with the first alert weather update for you, tracking some more beautiful weather here in the region, although a bit chilly for our Tuesday. We did see some nice sunshine here this morning, and similar to yesterday, cloud cover has been gradually increasing across southern Minnesota here and northern Iowa this afternoon. So looking at future track radar, there really isn't anything going on. Very quiet day, very quiet afternoon. It's just that increased cloud cover. So looking fairly quiet here for the rest of tonight, not expecting any rain chances. So some good news there, continuing with that dry pattern. Temperatures still on the chilly side here today, different than yesterday. I know we were enjoying those 60s and 70s. Today, though, 50s. And we did manage to climb out of those upper 40s here in the Rochester area. We are currently sitting at 50 degrees in the Med City, 50 in Preston, 54 in Decorah, 55 in Charles City, which is our warm spot here this afternoon. Only about 49 degrees, though, currently in Albert Lea. So certainly a below average day, temperatures sticking into those upper 40s and low 50s. So a cooler night on tap here for the region. And then we bring in the concern for some frost potential. If you're looking to get out and about here this evening, continue to stay with more of that cloud cover here through the next several hours. Ultimately looking at a little bit of some clearing heading into the overnight, but temperatures will fall back into the 30s, so it will be a chilly night for the area. National Weather Service did issue a frost advisory for all of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa, so our local counties all included in that. That will take effect at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, lasting through 8 a.m. So make sure tonight before you head off to bed to bring inside or cover up any of those sensitive plants that you may have to protect them. Heading into tomorrow, it will be a chilly start to the day with the temperatures nearing that 32-degree mark, so low 30s. We will warm very similar to today into those upper 40s and low 50s. Sunshine for the morning. Clouds, though, returning by the afternoon. So we'll talk more about those first alert forecast details. Another opportunity for some frost on the way is outside of tomorrow morning. So those details are ahead later on the broadcast. Midwest Access. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Gannon. We'll take a look at the forecast, looking ahead for your Tuesday evening. Plus, as we track the chance for some frosty conditions by tomorrow morning. Things are quiet, touch more cloudy, some filtered sunshine out there today as we check in with your Louis Nato Live camera. Look towards downtown Rochester. Things are pretty quiet here today. We've been seeing that increased cloud cover throughout the afternoon. Temperatures today have been struggling to climb into those lower 50s outside of those upper 40s. So a cool day for sure here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Wind speeds not nearly as strong as yesterday, but still on the blustery side. We're looking at wind gusts right now anywhere from around 10 to 15 miles per hour and gusts nearing 25 to 30 miles per hour in the Rochester area and Mason City as well. So still continuing with some gusty conditions here for the next few hours, expecting to see winds dialing back a bit as we head towards the overnight. So the rest of your evening, a quiet, more so cloudy evening for the area, but temperatures will hold steady here the next few hours into those lower 50s before dropping back into the 40s and ultimately the 30s overnight. So anticipate it to be a crisp morning for the region. Tonight will stay cloudy, cold as those temperatures drop back into the 30s. So tomorrow morning, looking at the concern for some areas of widespread frost, maybe a light freeze here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So a cold day, or a cold morning, I should say, heading into the afternoon, then still staying below average. So a chillier afternoon, but we'll manage a bit more sunshine. So again, very similar to today. Heading into the second half of the week, continuing with those dry, quiet conditions, and ultimately by the weekend, trending warmer. So heading into taking a look here at your weather alerts, we do have that frost advisory in place for all of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So the local viewing area entirely under this frost advisory. Those counties highlighted in blue. This will take effect at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, lasting through 8 a.m. So friendly reminder, make sure to bring inside or cover up any of those sensitive plants to protect them here, to continue to keep them going here in the growing season. For tomorrow morning, we will be looking at those temperatures here by about 5, 6, 7 a.m., dropping back into those low 30s, nearing that freezing mark there at 32. Some spots maybe getting as cold as 29, 30 degrees tomorrow morning. So again, just a reminder, bring inside, cover up any of those sensitive plants. We'll see sunshine there for the morning hours. And as we look ahead to additional frost chances, maybe another opportunity for frost come Thursday morning. So not only tonight, but tomorrow night, make sure to cover up and bring inside any of those plants that you want to keep around heading into Friday morning and the weekend. Not looking as concerning for frost potential here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Tomorrow's afternoon high temperatures will be very similar to today, kind of struggling to climb out of those upper 40s, so more low 50s for expected high temperatures. Morning sunshine leading to some afternoon cloud cover. 10-day forecast here for southern Minnesota and northern Iowa, tracking back into those lower 60s by Thursday. It'll still be a touch below average, looking at more seasonal temperatures by this weekend with more sunshine. Chance at some 70s returning later on next week. That's a look at your first alert weather. And here's another look at that 10-day forecast. Still chilly heading into tomorrow morning as we have concerns for a widespread frost. Things looking to be warmer, though, heading into this weekend with some 70s returning by next week. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen will have all those latest first alert forecast details, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Heading outdoors, our meteorologist Sarah Gannon joins us live from the weather patio. Sarah, what are you tracking for tonight?
Well, hey there, Olivia. Things looking cooler heading into tonight. We have another potential for some frost and maybe a light freeze here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Currently, we're looking at those temperatures into the 40s, so cooling down here tonight. And as we look ahead to tomorrow, we do have a weather alert to tell you about, a frost advisory for much of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So that'll be in effect overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. A crisp start to the day is on the way as those temperatures hover around that freezing point, if not just below, anywhere from around 29 to about 33 degrees. Temperatures, though, staying below average for highs tomorrow afternoon. We'll see highs there into those lower 50s. So a chilly day for sure here for Wednesday, but looking warmer by the weekend. More of those first alert forecast details are ahead.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll check back in soon.
And we are gearing up for a chilly night tonight. A reminder to bring inside and cover up any of those sensitive plants you want to keep around, as we have the potential for widespread frost, maybe a light freeze overnight into early Wednesday morning. Temperatures continue to stay below average tomorrow before we see a nice welcomed warm up by this weekend. More on those first alert forecast details are next. It's certainly a chilly day out there today. We saw high temperatures topping off into those low and mid 50s. So a nice day, but just kind of below average. Chilly. Most of us saw those temperatures roughly about 10 to 15 degrees below normal. So more of that on the way as we head into tomorrow. I'll look at your first alerts for tonight, staying on the chillier side still. We'll look to see a little bit of some gradual clearing, but concerns for some frost on the way tonight. Widespread here heading into tomorrow morning. We'll manage some sunshine and, again, more below average temperatures for our Wednesday. But through the rest of this week, and especially heading into the weekend, temperatures then will trend warmer past tomorrow, so staying dry and quiet as well. But like I mentioned, frost concerns existing again tonight for the area. Southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, most of us under a frost advisory here. This will be in effect overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So all counties highlighted in this blue are under that frost advisory. Purple, you can see just to our north, to our west, and to our east, that is a freeze warning also in place for that same time frame as the frost advisory. So looking at temperatures here tomorrow morning, expecting to be right around that freezing mark at 32 degrees. So frost looking likely, maybe a light freeze possible in some locations. So again, a friendly reminder to bring inside or cover up any sensitive plants that you may have that you want to keep around a little bit longer here into the growing season. But we may have an opportunity for more frost, a little bit more of a patchy frost chance come Thursday morning. Past that into this weekend, not really looking at any concerns for the area for frost. But tomorrow morning, we'll be looking at temperatures around that freezing point here by about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some sunny skies to kick off the day here in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. You can see those temperatures within a couple degrees here of that freezing point. I think most of us should stick towards about 29 to about 33 for that morning low. By the afternoon, temperatures on the cooler side still will be about 15 degrees below average into those lower 50s. 60s, though, returning by Thursday as we take a look at that 7-day forecast for Mankato. Heading into this weekend, area-wide temperatures could be approaching that 70-degree mark and better chance for more 70s by next week, but a predominantly dry forecast in place.
Quiet week for the weather department.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Sarah.
And preparing for a chilly night with some widespread frost on the way. More on that first alert forecast is ahead.
Meteorologist Sarah Gannon joins us live from the weather patio. Sarah, what are you tracking for our Wednesday?
Well, hey there, Olivia. Preparing for a bit of a chilly night here in the region, tracking temperatures back towards that freezing mark into those lower 30s, gearing up for a frost potential here tonight. Temperatures holding steady into those lower to mid 40s here at this point in time. So a cooler evening for sure. Heading into the overnight, we do have that frost concern. A frost advisory is out for all of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa here tonight. This will be in place overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So again, temperatures will be near that freezing point, if not just below, into the upper 20s to low 30s. So a crisp start to the morning, and temperatures overall staying on the chilly side here for your Wednesday as we see highs into those lower 50s. So looking forward, though, to a warm up by the weekend. So more on those first alert forecast details are ahead.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll check back in soon.
And widespread frost is possible once again in the area for tonight. However, the chilly temps not holding on much longer. Looking forward to a warm up by this weekend. Before we send it to break here tonight, a look at your allergy report. Trees and dust at a high level still today. Other allergens like ragweed, mold, and grasses sitting at a low level. We'll be back with more first alert forecast details. Have a beautiful day out there across southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Temperatures, though, below average. We saw those highs today into those lower 50s, getting into the mid 50s in North Iowa there along the Highway 18 corridor. But again, temperatures roughly about 10-15 degrees below average here today. Similar story on the way for tomorrow. And then from there, looking at some more warmth headed our way. A look at your first alerts here tonight. A quiet Tuesday night in place for the area. However, heading into tomorrow morning, concern for some frost. We could be looking at some widespread frost concerns tomorrow morning. So a cold start to the day, and temperatures in general just kind of staying on the chillier side here for our Wednesday afternoon. We will manage some sunshine. It will be very similar to today, like we had that morning sun followed by some afternoon cloud cover. As a whole, for the second half of the week and especially into this weekend, temperatures gradually will be trending warmer and still sticking with our dry pattern. Look at that frost advisory in place for all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa here. This is for counties highlighted in blue. This is where we have the best potential for widespread frost, and this will be in place overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So temperatures tomorrow morning heading out the door will be into those lower 30s. That's why we have that frost concern. The frost looking likely, maybe even a light freeze. Temperatures tomorrow morning will range anywhere from around 29 to about 32 degrees. Another possibility for some light frost, some patchy frost possible heading into Thursday morning. Past that, concerns for frost not expected this weekend or into early next week. So looking ahead to tomorrow morning for your Wednesday, about 5, 6, 7 a.m. we'll be looking at those temperatures at their coldest. Again, anywhere from about 29 to 32 degrees tomorrow morning. So that's sun to kick things off. Area wide here heading out the door, 7 a.m. temperatures should be into those lower, maybe mid 30s as we slowly start to trend warmer. But afternoon highs tomorrow will struggle to climb into those lower 50s. It'll be very similar to today. Again, a repeat, rinse and repeat as we look ahead to that 7-day forecast for Mankato. Temperatures returning to those low 60s by Thursday. It'll still be below average. A chance of some 70s here by this weekend with dry conditions. 10-day forecast for the Rochester area. Temperatures becoming a little bit more warming up here heading into Friday and especially this weekend, tracking more of that sunshine, but a better chance at some 70s in the area come middle to end of next week. So it's still continuing with that dry pattern. Chilly tomorrow, but temps will gradually warm as we inch closer to the weekend.
Wow, next week looking absolutely beautiful with the 70s.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Nick. Here's one more look at your 10-day forecast, tracking some cooler temperatures on the way here for the end of the work week. An opportunity for some widespread frost tonight into tomorrow morning, then a chance for some patchy frost come early Thursday morning. But temperatures trending warmer as we move closer to the weekend, and a pretty dry forecast in place for us here through southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Temperatures could be approaching that 70-degree mark by Saturday. Better chance for that extra warmth coming in next week. And again, just more continued sunshine for us here in the region.
Certainly want to bring those plants in tonight.
Yes, friendly reminder to do that. Make sure to cover them up or bring them inside just to keep them around a little longer here as we just start moving into that growing season.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 9.
The sunshine today certainly was beautiful before that cloud cover kind of rolled back in here this afternoon. Temperatures, though, a little chilly out there. Many of us seeing those high temperatures today anywhere from around 10 to 15 degrees below average. more of the same on the way for tomorrow. So pretty much a rinse and repeat type thing as we look ahead to tomorrow. Tonight, though, we do have the concern for area-wide frost. Frost advisory in place for all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa here. This will be in effect overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So friendly reminder, bring inside or cover up any of those sensitive plants you want to keep around and protect. Looking ahead to tomorrow morning, a chilly start to the day. We'll see temperatures there within a couple degrees of that freezing point. I think a lot of spots anywhere from around 29 to say about 33 tomorrow during the early morning hours. By the afternoon, temperatures will warm into the upper 40s, low 50s. Again, very similar to today, with cloud cover increasing by the afternoon after a very sunny start. But the good news is after tomorrow, we'll be looking at temperatures gradually trending warmer, especially heading into the weekend. So Brock, beautiful conditions here as we head into Mother's Day weekend.
I was going to say Mother's Day, an important day to remember all those moms.
Yes.
Thanks, Sarah. We'll see you in a little bit.
And we are gearing up for a chilly start to tomorrow with frost concerns on the way. Temperatures climbing and will struggle to climb out of the upper 40s into those low 50s by tomorrow afternoon. But once we clear Wednesday, temperatures looking to trend warmer as we move into the weekend. More on those first alert forecast details are next. We are gearing up for some chilly conditions in the area tonight. Widespread frost, maybe a light freeze on the way for the area tonight. Continuing, though, with those cooler than average temperatures heading into our Wednesday afternoon. More sunshine for the morning, clouds for the afternoon, very similar to today. So kind of a rinse and repeat for our Wednesday. And once we clear tomorrow, we'll be looking to see some warmer temperatures, especially by this weekend, and just continuing on with our dry stretch of weather. So latest weather alerts from the National Weather Service, a frost advisory in place for all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. This will be in effect overnight through about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So friendly reminder, bring inside, cover up any of those sensitive plants you want to keep a little bit longer, protect them as we continue to move forward here into the growing season. So area-wide here, a chance for widespread frost, maybe a light freeze. Temperatures heading into tomorrow morning nearing that 32-degree mark. So just above, just below, maybe by a degree or two. But temperatures anywhere from, say, 29 to 34 degrees is possible for tomorrow morning. So again, just cover up, bring inside those sensitive plants. But once we clear tomorrow morning, another opportunity for some patchy frost may be possible Thursday morning. So another instance, next 2 nights here where you have to bring inside or cover up some of those plants. Past that, heading into the weekend, early next week, no concerns for frost or freeze on the way. By tomorrow afternoon, though, temperatures, they may struggle to warm out of those upper 40s, but low 50s more so on the way for tomorrow afternoon. Again, very similar situation to today with that morning sun, afternoon cloud cover, and temperatures below average into those lower 50s. Look at that 10-day forecast here. We're tracking temperatures back into the 60s here by Thursday into Friday. Things will be trending warmer heading into this weekend, where we may even approach that 70-degree mark by Saturday. Dry trend continuing into next week with more temperatures, much more seasonal, even slightly above average, and a chance at a couple days there in the 70s next week. So once we clear tomorrow's chilly temps, things looking much warmer.
Yeah, and a great stretch for anyone who needs to get stuff done outside, especially the farmers.
Yes.
All right, good to see you, Sarah. Thanks so much.
Embracing one more chilly day on tap here for Wednesday as we track high temperatures into those lower 50s. We will see some widespread frost on the way tomorrow, so make sure to cover up or bring inside any of those sensitive plants to keep them protected. Temperatures, though, will trend warmer as we move into Thursday and especially by Friday and Saturday. A chance at some upper 60s, some low 70s on the way, and a nice stretch of dry, sunny conditions here. We will see some cloud cover mixing in here and there, but things looking much warmer, especially as we head towards the middle of next week with widespread 70s back in the forecast. No complaints here with that 7-day forecast for the Austin, Mason City, and Winona area. Nick. Let's take one last look at that 10-day forecast. Chilly here as we head into Wednesday morning. Again, we have that frost potential for the area, so cover up, bring inside any of those plants you want to keep around. 60 is back in action here by Thursday into Friday. Temperatures then continuing to trend warmer through this weekend. Notice a chance of some 70s there by Saturday. Better chance for 70s in the forecast. We have to wait till next week, but overall, a predominantly dry forecast with a lot of sunshine opportunities. So good stretch here to spend some time outside, and hopefully you can get some work done there on the farm.
That and also spring sports. Good for that.
Yeah, we had a rainy April, content with a dry May to start.
Thanks so much for staying up late with us tonight, everyone. Your morning news starts at 4:30. Good night.